look at the South Carolina coastline, could see some of these fringe impacts. That improved track over the weekend was a huge deal for these places as that turn to the right starts to occur as we move forward through the next day or so. Let's get out there. We've got Fox Weather's storm specialist, Mike Seidel. He's live in Folly Beach, South Carolina. Mike, you've got kind of the western periphery of this ragged look to Imelda, right? You're on that western edge of some of the lighter rain.
Yes, and I was just checking the latest op from Myrtle Beach International, and they picked up another, you see here, 1700s between 2 and 3. So now their total, storm total, is 1.05. And let's show you the local radar, including Charleston and up towards Myrtle Beach and Wilmington. You can see the rain kind of funneling into the Grand Strand and then back towards Fayetteville and I-95. Some rain around Raleigh-Durham this afternoon and this evening. But down here, we've had barely any rainfall, generally less than 1/10 of an inch. We had the one squall we showed you live on Fox Weather earlier this afternoon. That was it right now. Just a few scattered raindrops coming down. The wind has been running north at about 15 miles an hour. And I want to show you a video I shot just about an hour ago out on the pier. You get out on the water, above the water on the pier, and those winds are sustained at about 15 miles an hour. And you can see the wave action and a lot of the beach with the waves and the surf up. But it's a little misrepresenting the way I'm shooting it. There's still a lot of beach where there's sand. It's not getting up towards the dune line just the way it looks like that. But look at the waves. Churned up today, 4-footers, 3 to 4 footers. I just checked the buoy just offshore of Charleston, and 4.6. I keep checking the buoy at Edisto. That's about 45 miles southeast of here. And their peak was this morning at 7.5. They're running generally now between about 6.5 and 6.9. So the swell from Umberto has certainly not really arrived here. The waves have ramped up since yesterday because the Edisto yesterday was about 4.5, and now they're 6.5 to 7. We show you the radar. Again, there's really not much of a story left here inland. It's all about the beaches and it's all about the surf. We've got the high surf advisory up now until 8 a.m. Saturday morning. That, along with rip currents, means you should stay out of the water. These beaches are unguarded and you're putting your life at risk. Ankle deep, maybe you want to risk your knees, but you don't want to get pulled out because there's really nobody out here. You can see very few people on the beach right now to go in and save you, and then they put their life in jeopardy. So enjoy walking the surf, but don't go too far out. These surf conditions will be up through the week because Umberto has still not made its closest approach to here. And remember, that was a Cat 5 hurricane, so it's churning up the Atlantic, and the waves propagate away in all directions. And those waves coming on shore, we call that swell because it's created far away. Same with Imelda. We'll get the swell and the wave action from Imelda combined to get this surf up 8 to 10, potentially 12 footers from this point on, from tonight and Tuesday on, right on through Friday. But the weather's going to get much better. We'll have some sunshine tomorrow, and the rest of the week looks delightful, fallish here in South Carolina, with temperatures in the 70s to near 80, and overnight lows back away from the ocean will be back into the at least the upper 50s. So there you go, Ian. A turn of events that we wouldn't have guessed about a week ago today, but look at this. It turned out as good as it could turn out, making a right turn and going out into the Atlantic. Now we keep an eye on Bermuda because it is heading in that direction, but maybe it'll miss it to the south. It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
The worst situation would be if that hurricane went right along it just north of the island of Bermuda. So we've got a couple of days to settle that out.
Yeah, Mike, I was thinking about you saying Myrtle, just a little bit over an inch. It's odd in the sense that if Umberto, a major hurricane, which presents hazards, of course, if that didn't exist to erode that subtropical ridge, you could be talking about rain totals. You had mentioned that earlier, perhaps up into the double digits.
Yeah, we saw that last week, the models, the global models, the Euro and the GFS. We were looking at these, what we call QPF, quantitative precipitation forecasts, and that is basically a fancy way to say total rainfall. And the models Remember, you were watching those.
Yeah.
You're going, oh my gosh, could be another disaster. And it was also putting out substantial rainfall in western North Carolina, and they just went through the first anniversary of Helene's impacts, which started on the 27th of September last year, and that was this past Saturday. So it could have been horrible up there, disastrous, and even in the low country, say from 95 to the coast. But fortunately, the turn, and we're left with barely. If somebody told me even yesterday we wouldn't even get an inch of rain, I would have been surprised. But nothing surprises me anymore, Stephen, in meteorology, or I should say Ian in meteorology. It's a very humbling experience.
Always.
You know, what they used to say, we get paid even if we're wrong. If I had $1 every time I heard that.
Oh, my God. Yeah. If I use those dollars to buy Bitcoin, I'd be like an ultra billionaire. Mike, we don't have much time left, so I can report back to BVD. Was it peel and eat shrimp for lunch? Is that what you ended up going with?
No, he asked me last hour.
What was it?
He asked me at 2:30. It was the grouper sandwich, and it was.
Now I'm mad because he said it was going to be the grouper. He's got you figured out, Mike. So yeah, that's 1-0 Bob this go around. That's our storm specialist, Mike Seidel, out in South Carolina. Mike, thanks for the report. We'll be checking back. Thank you.